Valorize your mental health, my people. Welcome again to another masterpiece. This time around, Hans has just dug his own grave and he is being buried inside the grave. And do you know what happened to him? He is being handcuffed by the police authorities and they have taken him to the station. And coming to Debbie. Debbie is celebrating together with who? Together with Emeka for their victory. And now, the most sad part of it all is that what? Benny, Jonathan's daughter, is now the victim here. We just pray nothing bad happens to her because the rape, the drugs that was administered on her is going to cause a lot of damage in the system. Now, how did this all happen? Remember that Debbie had an agreement, joined forces with who? With Emeka, in order to destroy who? To destroy Hans, right? To destroy Jonathan and to destroy Clara. And they preferred, or they decided to start by who? By hitting on Benny, the innocent little girl. Benny too had just been advising the mother and speaking the truth, but nobody seems to listen. Now look at the calamity that have before them. You don't want to know what these people did at all. Debbie, upon executing the plan to destroy Benny, what did she do? She had to pay a visit in Clara, their place. She had to pay a visit to Clara's house. She had to pay a visit to Jonathan's house. So when she got there, what happened? She met Clara's mother while Benny was in the room. She started blah blah blah, telling Clara's mother that she has been trying to talk some sense to who? To Clara. But Clara doesn't seem to listen. Clara is bent on destroying her home by going after Hans, of which all these are not true. And the mother too, with this her coconut head that seems to be water inside, she had to be saying that this girl is refusing to shut down her restaurant, come and sit in the house. That men are scarce these days, and she doesn't want this woman to make something foolish and lose her home. That she is protecting Jonathan with every little blood of drop in her. Can you imagine that? How can she be saying such things? And now she said she's going to join forces with who? With Debbie. Debbie is Clara's friend, to destroy Clara's business, to destroy the friendship that Clara is having with Hans. How evil and toxic can this be? Are you sure this woman actually gave birth to Clara? Because her reasoning faculty, her mentality is not in this world today. Well, away from that, Clara did what? Debbie did what? Debbie now told her that she came here to eat. That she wanted to eat some food and she wanted to eat the beautiful delicacies that is always prepared by who? By Clara, her friend. So the mother said, all right, I will tell this my girl to put some on the table for you people to eat. So she had to make a walk outside to exercise her body. So immediately she left, what happened? Benny was with Debbie on the dining to eat, and Benny, as smart as she is always, spotted out that this lady is out for a mission. This lady never came to their house just to have food, because if she needed food, she would have gone straight to the restaurant and told her mother Clara to prepare it, and she was willing to do it, and she would do it very well for her to eat. But coming here, meaning there is a bigger picture on the wall that she can't place her hand on it. But what she is trying to say here is this, that one day monkey will go to the bush and not return. Yes, that this lady's bad attitude, evil intention will be exposed. It will come to the limelight, that everybody will see who she truly is, and from there the mother will shut her down and she will not have a voice again. But not knowing that this was already an end for her. Now what did she do? She asked Benny for water. When Benny left, she had to pick up Benny's phone and text who? And text Hans. Immediately she texted Hans. What happened? Hans received the message, and when Hans saw the message, Hans immediately rushed to the hotel room that Benny claimed to be with Clara. That is what she wrote to, that Benny is with Clara in the hotel room and they are trying to harm them in so and so hotel. She gave the address, everything, and the hotel room. And this man received the message as well and immediately picked up his car keys to go there immediately. Goodness is really killing him. So when this guy was on his way, Hans was on his way to the hotel room, guess what happened? Emeka was already in the hotel room waiting for them. Emeka too had to text a message to Benny, telling Benny to come to some place that the mother is dying. And Benny had to rush them. When Benny rushed there, immediately Benny got there. Since the place is more closer to Benny than Hans, what happened? Immediately they had to drug Benny. Emeka immediately do what? Emeka immediately did what? Drug this lady. Immediately Emeka drug this lady. This lady slumped. And what happened? They had to remove syringe of drugs and injected it on her. When they injected upon this lady, she had to what? Enter into her slumber. As she was sleeping, lying there helpless, what happened? Maybe they look for somebody to rape her, so that it will not look as if it is Hans that raped her. Now, she was there. Hans also bashed in. Immediately Hans bashed in, they had to do what? Hit Hans from the head. That was Emeka. Emeka hit Hans on the head. And what happened? Hans also slumped. And he had to also inject Hans and undress both of them and kept them on the bed naked. Now, they went and paid these reporters, journalists, to come and report the event and also put it to go viral on social media in order to destroy Hans' reputation, bring down Hans' company, and also to make people think that Hans is not genuine in his business. Now, Hans' career is at stake here. Hans' reputation is at stake here. Everything about Hans is destroyed. Hans is going to jail. Just imagine. Why? Because of his goodness. Because he refused to take advice. He refused to listen to the word of wisdom that would have savaged this whole situation. Now they had to do what? Send messages as well to Clara and to Jonathan's phone. And when they got the message, all of them also came immediately. They rushed there and they came and met these people lying on the bed. Automatically the mother felt bad, Clara, that's her daughter lying there helpless, drugged again, and Hans also they lying there naked before them. Hey, this is terrible. And now what happened? This guy had to do what? Jonathan, now, since it was not like Hans, now this was a perfect opportunity for him to demonstrate his manpower on Hans. He now fell on Hans and pounded him like how they pound cocoyam. Now they had to rush Benny to the hospital, but before doing that they called the authorities, and the reporter was also there reporting and filming everything. Clara was crying and slapping Hans, and everything was just boiling down to what? Going viral. They filmed everything, the reporter sent it and even put some of the videos live. Now, business associates with Hans, they were like, what? Reputable people were like, what is going on? Is this what Hans does for a living? Now, in reporting this, they had to ask Hans this question: is it that you sleep with little children, you hypnotize them, you drug them, you sleep with them in order to make more money and establish your business with it and to make sure that you become a business tycoon in town? Yeah, how the whole show have turned, right? Clara on her own part gave Hans woto slap, told Hans that Hans is bent on doing what? On destroying her family, but Hans will not succeed. Hans says he is innocent, that all of these things, he came and met Benny lying unconscious, and they had to shut Hans off, and the authority took Hans away. When the authority took Hans away, they had to rush to the hospital as well with Benny. Now, while at the hospital, Jonathan was telling Clara that let Clara pray that nothing bad happens to her. Let nothing bad happens to his son. Because if anything bad happens to Benny, then Clara will see the beast in him. It's because of her that Hans had to do what Hans did on their daughter, his only daughter. That in fact, he will go at the end of this. In short, he will do everything at his power just to make sure that Hans remain in jail. Hans will not come out, and he will teach Hans a bitter lesson. And when Clara's mother was also informed about it, Clara's mother had to rush immediately to the hospital, saying that they will teach Hans a bitter lesson. Now Clara was like, please, let's just calm down, join forces together and pray to God to see that nothing bad happens to our daughter. And Jonathan almost beat up Clara in the hospital as well. Clara was like, I never knew Hans could do this to my daughter. Hans has betrayed my confidence, betrayed my trust, and I'm going to teach Hans a bitter lesson. Hans will pay for what he has done. This is Clara speaking, of which Hans is innocent as well. Now, Hans' mother also received a call that the son is in the police custody. Now, Hans' mother was so upset, saying that she has asked her son to stay away from this family countless times, but her son has refused to listen. Her son is bent on helping this family. Not everybody needs this kind of help. That opening a restaurant for Clara was enough. Giving money to to pay her house rent was enough. And also, if he needed to have helped Jonathan, he would have given money to Jonathan and stay away from this their family drama and look for his own woman and settle down. But he's saying that he loved Clara so much and he will be there waiting. He's not willing to get married to any other woman because his heart belongs to Clara. Now look at what has happened. A lot is just going on here. This is just so bad. Please, guys, what do you think? She had to do what? She had to give a call to her lawyer. That the lawyer should go and see how he can bring out Hans, so that Hans will not spend nights there, so that they can see how they can start investigating the matter to salvage his reputation, because his reputation now is already ruined and destroyed by who? By Jonathan, by who? By Emeka. And Emeka on his own part, together with Baby, had to meet up and toasting, drinking and popping champagne, celebrating the victory of what? Of evil. Why is it that people don't want to prevent themselves, but rather they want to get into the evil one's trap? Now they are falling to the evil one's trap. Look at the damage caused on Benny. Only that act alone will traumatize her mental health. Only that lack of trust have been taken away from the hands of Clara. Clara too have lost trust on who? On Hans. Hans on his own part too, his reputation is destroyed, his career is finished. So now, how will this unfold? How will things help instead? That's why I say valorize your mental health, okay? Your mental health is everything you got to protect with the little last blood of drop in you. Please, let me have your points of view in the comment section below. What do you think about the whole show? See you guys in the next video. Invite your friends, your loved ones to join us in this beautiful masterpiece. From me to you all is love.